Hey guys, HMK here once again with another video on the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch, make the Switch. I'm really excited for this product. I know everyone's talking about it, but we have to talk about what we don't know, because we do know a couple of things about the Nintendo Switch. Like, you'll be able to go on the go with it as a mobile console, even though it's a home console first and foremost. We know it's being powered by a custom NVIDIA Tegra chip that's going to compete with the architecture of the top-of-the-line GeForce models, and other things like it's not going to be backwards compatible with the Wii U or the 3DS, even though it is using cartridges, and that's basically like a good gist of all we know. We know partners, we know some games and stuff like that, but you know, there is a big amount of mystery to this console. I have put together 10 questions. 10 of my top 10 questions that I still have about the Nintendo Switch. And they should be answered before the console drops in March. I'm pretty sure it is. But before I get into my list, I want to know what is the most important question that you have of the Nintendo Switch. Leave it in the comment section below. And hey, by the time you're done with this video, you might see your question on this top 10 list. So guys, let's get into it with number 10, top 10 questions for the Nintendo Switch. At number 10, we have the boiling question. Is the Switch going to be region locked or region free? For the most part, every Nintendo console that's been out to date has been region locked to the dismay of gamers everywhere, while other consoles are region free. Now, if you guys don't know what region locked and region free means, it means that the console, if it is region locked, can only play games of the region that it's released in. And for North America, we have NTSC titles, which can only be played on the Wii U's or any type of console that exists within North America. But in Europe, they have PAL versions, and in Japan, yada yada yada. You get the gist, right? So a lot of consoles other than Nintendo have done away with this. So if a game releases in a region first, like in Europe or Japan first, if you want, you can import the game over and just play it on your console there, even though you're going to have problems with translation or whatnot. But it's for people who really want to play the game, and especially, you know, I get that because sometimes the time differences of releases are among regions are insane. It is. So the boiling question is that, is the Switch going to be region free or region locked? A lot of people are saying region free. There's a lot of rumors saying region free, and it would be a great move for Nintendo. It'll be a great way to show that they're thinking of the gamers, that, you know, they're giving you a lot more freedom to play, like they're saying with the Switch, in terms of playing any game that you want from any region. Because there are times where there are games that only release in a region and don't release worldwide. And thanks to region-free consoles, it makes a reality to play that game from that region that you'll never see in your region. So I mean, Nintendo should make the switch from region locked to region free. Number 9, we have customization. Customization colors and stuff. It will be a hugely missed opportunity if Nintendo didn't customize the hell out of Nintendo Switch with different control panels and different colors and stuff. We have a lot of mock-ups, like since day one, that you can see right here of Nintendo Switch in various colors. And if Nintendo really wants to push the, you know, we can play anywhere type deal, why not have the ability to personalize the console in ways that people would like? I would love to get the red to mix with the black of the Nintendo Switch, and then, you know, that'll be mine. And it's like, oh, whose Nintendo Switch is this? Oh, it's mine. Oh, yo, which one is your Nintendo Switch? Which one is your controller? Oh, it's the red one. You know, because the DS, the 3DS, and portable systems, they have heavy customization because, you know, it's personalized when you take something on the go. It's yours. And if the Switch is really gonna push that mobile play anywhere style that they want to market this game system as, then that will be a great way to do it. You know, and besides, you know, people will eat that shit up. They will. People love to customize their consoles and stuff like that. Man, the switchable docks and the switchable faceplates for the Nintendo new 3DS in Japan, yeah, that did really well. Take notes, Nintendo. And now let's talk about ports. No, not video game ports like Splatoon on the Switch or Smash Bros. For Wii U on the Switch. No, I'm talking about actual peripheral ports. we already kind of get the glimpse that this system is gonna have HDMI because this system has to run on HD, and there's really no way else you can do that. Yeah. And from what we've seen in this picture here, there's 2 USB ports on each end. Now, this is not good enough if this is everything. Hell no. Nintendo, Ethernet. Please. Ethernet port. God. Please. I am so done with Wi-Fi. Because, you cannot beat the speed of an Ethernet hardline cable with Wi-Fi. Okay? And I don't want to have to go out and buy that old ass Wii USB to Ethernet adapter. You guys know what I'm talking about. No. Please, Ethernet port. And also throw in some USB 3 ports. Bring that speed up to speed, if that makes any sense. But at the same time, this is all it needs. It needs a power port. It needs maybe an extra charging port. Maybe, like, if, of course, the screen, the actual system itself is going to charge on the dock of the Nintendo Switch, right? But what about the controllers? What about the controllers? How are they going to get charged? Especially if you have a Pro controller, a Joy-Con, those little 2 side pods. How are you going to charge them? Do you have to have them on the console while the console itself charges? It doesn't sound too optimal. Maybe you can have another power port in order to charge these other things apart from the dock. Yeah? So, power port, USB 3 ports, Ethernet, Ethernet, whatever, and HDMI ports. Now we gotta talk about that memory capacity. That's right, number 7 is memory capacity. Now, I already know you guys are thinking, we already confirmed that cartridges are on the rise back to home consoles in the form of Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it's true. But, of course, they can hold their own memory as cartridges. But what about things like downloadable consoles? Not downloadable consoles, I want to say downloadable games, DLC, other things like channels and updates and things like that, firmware additions, yada yada yada. Alright? The Wii U maximum capacity on its own was 32 gigabytes. That's not acceptable. No. Bet. But I'm not saying that we need something insane like 500 gigabytes or a terabyte. No, because the reason why the PS4 and Xbox One have that much memory is because they have to download part of their game in order to run it smoothly, because the systems are too fast for the Blu-ray optical disc to follow through, and that's why cartridges are better this day and age, because it loads way better and it doesn't need to do all that stuff. It's faster, cards are better, and it can store its own memory, so yeah. But for everything else, including downloadable titles, DLC, and firmware updates and all that stuff, we do need an ample amount of space in the memory capacity of the Nintendo Switch. There's whispers saying 32 gigabytes again, and I'm like, no, please, God, no. 100, 300, maybe 500. It really depends how many games Nintendo wants to put out, how many updates Nintendo wants to put out, and how much DLC for the games they plan to create. So, with all those variables, they really need to take a step back and understand how much memory this thing is going to need. But don't try to shortcut it. Please. Number 6 is what will incentivize mobile play. When looking at this console, I'm so glad that mobile play is optional. I just want to sit at home, play Breath of the Wild there. If I have to go somewhere, alright buddy, I'm gonna take you with me, but I'm not gonna go out of my way just to play Breath of the Wild at park. If my friends want me to hang out, then yeah, but I'm not gonna be like, you know what, I feel like playing Breath of the Wild out in the open today. No, that's never gonna run through my mind, ever. When I could just play at home with air conditioning and all that good jazz and have my Cheetos. But, yeah. Nintendo needs to find a way to incentivize mobile play. Other than, it's, you can do it, and in certain situations, it would be optimal. But they need to take the mobile goodness they've done with the 3DS and how it incentivized going out and playing out in the open and, getting street passes and spot passes and connecting with your friends very instantly without doing that stupid ass friend code, then yeah, if they took that same strategy and that same mindset and took it over to the Switch, that would be great. Nintendo has to find a way in order to promote, incentivize mobile play. They don't need to because they said it's a home console first and foremost, but in order to truly get the full package of what the Switch can do, they need to find a way to, get people out there and play outside. They don't have to, but if you do, here's what you get. That's what I'm talking about. Online connectivity. Nintendo, for the most part, their online has been pretty par to subpar. It's free. You get what you pay for, right? But, I've never really had any type of huge problems with online for Nintendo, other than the damn stupid friend codes for the Wii and the 3DS and all that stuff. They went in a step of the right direction with the Nintendo Network ID for Wii U, and then you can sync it up with your 3DS and do it online and whatnot. They should carry that over, yes. So if they're putting a system like that into place, that, Nintendo Network ID, just put in the name, add you, add me, good, awesome. But they need to take a step forward. They need to add messaging. They gotta make online something huge. They cannot sleep on online this time. They slept on online for years. They slept on online for 2 generations. No, they really need to make this a huge thing. Miiverse is cool, but they really need to take it a step further in, getting people connected one-to-one, promote leaderboards on their various games, make the internet strong. If there's gonna be a monthly fee, I'm not gonna hate it because everyone's doing it now, and usually when you get the online fee, it means that you get more bang for your buck. It's not like I'm like, oh god, I gotta pay for online and the online's shitty or whatnot. Nah, PC, you don't have to pay for online because it's there. I already have internet. I am paying for internet, but for a good architecture and a good structure, internet, online connectivity structure, world, whatever, they need to, take the next step in bringing Nintendo to the online world, especially if they're promoting things like Splatoon, esports, sit at home, play. Yeah, they gotta get the whole shebang going. Ethernet port. Now, how is this gonna be applied to the mobile version of the Switch when you take it on the go? Easy. Wi-Fi. There's tons of Wi-Fi spots around the world. Hey, if Nintendo wants to go out and take a step further, there's oh yeah, if you pay for this monthly service, your thing can act like a hotspot and you can make calls from it. And yeah, sure, but that is not really necessary. Just find a Wi-Fi spot and you can play online there, just as you would with a 3DS or anything like that. But they really need to take their online capabilities to the next level of what it can do and what it offers the people. Number 4 is a very important one, and that is mobile gameplay fidelity. What is the gameplay going to be like when you take it on the go? Because of course, when you're on your TV, on your dock, 1080p up to 60 frames per second, the Wii U could do it, the Switch should be able to do it, no excuses. NVIDIA, Tegra, GeForce, custom, let's go. Alright, cartridges. There's no reason why when it's docked it should run, 60 frames per second, 1080p. Yeah. But on the go, what's it going to be like? Is it going to be downscaled to 720p? Is it going to lose its capability of going 60 frames per second? Not really. The 3DS has the capability to go 60 frames per second, but it only reses up to 240p, I believe, and that's pretty like. It looks great. It does. But we live in this day and age of HD and whatnot, and then all these things, iPads, tablets, stuff can render pretty good HD up to 4K images on a small screen, which still doesn't make any sense, but, have that good gameplay smooth. So the big question is, what will be the fidelity of the mobile gameplay against what it's like on the screen? Nintendo and NVIDIA claims that you'll get the grand home experience that you get at home on the go. I want to believe them, but of course, everything we've seen from the trailer is computer-generated images. We have not seen any true gameplay, off-screen, on-screen, switch it up, comparisons, whatnot. So we don't know. But it cannot be a huge downscale in terms of output, in terms of pixels and frame rate. The one thing I'm actually more concerned about is frame rate, not 720p, 900p, or whatever. If it's at least 720p, if it's maximum 720p, you know, I'll be good with that because it's mobile. What do you need 1080p for? Like, sure, it could be 1080p, whatever. But I'm more concerned about frame rate. I don't want the frame rate to drop to like 6 frames per second when I take Breath of the Wild on the go. Number 3 is that good old price. How much is this thing gonna cost? How much is this thing gonna cost? I want to know. Of course, we'll know before the thing comes out. We have to, but I want to be able to prepare myself. I actually had a nightmare a couple nights back saying that, oh yeah, the Nintendo Switch, $600, $599.99, and I'm like, and then I saw Nintendo stock plummet, but I know they're not dumb enough to do that. But there are whispers saying that, oh, $250, $300, $350. No. For me, $300 is the max, but $250 would be optimal. I'm telling you right now, $250, this thing will sell like hotcakes if it's marketed properly. But $250, I feel, is a very fair and very optimal price for everything that Nintendo is telling you you're gonna get with the Switch and more that we haven't. Alright, so $250, that'd be great. $300, pushing it, but I'll be fine with that. And another thing, number 2, is battery life on mobile. How long is this thing gonna last? A lot of people say, oh, it's gonna last like 2 hours, it's gonna last an hour. The same thing as a Wii U, or the same thing as the first version of the 3DS. Battery life is very important if Nintendo is telling you you can go and play on the go. I don't want to take this on the go and die after an hour, alright? But in an interview, a Nintendo spokesperson said that the battery life will last very long enough for you to play out in the open comfortably without having a power cord or a power outlet nearby. This can mean so many things. This can mean long to their standards, it could be long to our standards, it could be long to anybody's standards. We have no idea what they mean, but I will say that is a good sign that they are, you know, thinking about that they are saying things about that. It could be a spokesperson trying to say face like, oh god, this thing is only gonna last an hour, and what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? So we have to find out how long will this thing last out in the open without a charger. You know, people are, you know, they promote that it can last on a flight. Flights tend to last like 3 hours plus, 2 hours plus, 1 hour plus. Who takes a flight that's only 1 hour? Anyways, and long road trips or whatnot. So the battery life is very important when considering to buy a console that is like, oh yeah, it's a home console, but you can take it on the go. So that is excruciatingly important to have it a good amount of time. How long do I think is a good amount of time out in the open? 7 hours. I might be pushing it. 7 hours. 6 hours. 7 hours. Yeah. And for me, the number one most important question of the Nintendo Switch is the launch lineup. What is it? How many games will it have? What games will it have? Nintendo and President Kimishima said that the reason why they skipped the lucrative holiday season for the Nintendo Switch for March is to have games ready for launch. With that being said, I want to be blown away by this launch lineup. If everything is being said is true, yada yada yada, Breath of the Wild launch game March, that would be great. I will be so happy with that. But Nintendo really needs to go in for launch. We already saw that new Mario game, Super Mario Switch, and other games such as Skyrim, even though Skyrim is not confirmed, even though they showed it or whatnot. The Mario Kart game, Splatoon. If they showed every game that they did in the trailer, that they revealed it, that would be a great launch lineup. But I don't want them to sleep on the internet. I don't want to like, okay, this is good enough. No, go in. keep going in. Don't stop. A Mario and a Zelda game, yeah. A new Mario platformer and a new Zelda game, that's great. But, you know, Metroid Prime 4. But then you really need to go in. They need to have, I mean, like, thinking about it, they do have a good amount of diversity if they're going in with the lineup they showed at the trailer, which will be single-player games, Skyrim, Mario, Zelda, multiplayer games, Splatoon, Mario Kart, NBA. So, if it was just those 6, that'd be great. But I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more than that. There has to be more than that. All right, at least 20 games at launch. At least give, you know, a good diversity of what people can get. I'm probably gonna buy all those, but yeah. Launch lineup is excruciatingly important. All right, they need to show that yes, we have these awesome games. Do not wait. Do not sleep on it. Go to your local store now. Target, Walmart, Kmart, GameStop, Best Buy. Running out of things. Circuit City doesn't exist anymore. Oh, golly. Yeah. Go to those stores and pick up a Nintendo Switch. These are the great games that you have in store. Alright guys, so those were my top 10 questions I have for the Nintendo Switch, and I hope all of them get answered before the game system releases in March of next year. It probably will be. They have to. But I want to know what you think of the list. Which question do you really, you know, want answered the most out of this list? Did your question make the list? Do you have another question that didn't make the list about the Switch? Leave it all in the comment section below. And while you're at it, subscribe to HMK for more news on the Nintendo Switch. And when it comes out, more stuff. Hell yeah. So, until the next video, I've been HMK. I'll check you guys later.